All right, welcome. We are live from Somerville, Arts at the Armory. It's the post ripped off of
Ripped off in the prime of life.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a challenging one. I've been writing it all night in these hashtags. And
Well, sometimes if you go on Twitter and put a hashtag, it will show up. And once
Yeah.
you start typing it, if the hashtag is popular, and this one was a popular one, there was a sold out crowd here, so everybody was here. The crowd almost blew the roof off the place. And as you can see, the roof is about 100 feet high, I'm sure. So
we love it here in Somerville. It's a blast. Spectacular show as always. So many awesome matches, lots of memorable moments. It was a really fun Sunday afternoon, I think.
it always is. With Beyond Wrestling, you can never miss any of the action. You know, you have to be at every show. The next show will be Flesh, I believe, in Melrose, July 17th. So buy your tickets, check it out. It's going to be incredible. Tonight we saw a handful of amazing matches. Any matches that stuck out to you in particular?
I'll mention one just because you did allude to the next event, which is Flash, July 17th? Flesh?
Flesh, like blood.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. I was gonna say.
Hopefully we see some flesh.
Hopefully, yeah. In anticipation of that event, I think one match to talk about was Zack Sabre Jr. and Jonathan Gresham, who delivered a classic tonight, and they're gonna go for round two the next event. So I think it was a really crazy technical battle. I actually had a really funny tweet that I put out, and I said, well, if John Gresham isn't already double jointed, he will be by the end of this match.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the way his arms were getting tied up. It
It was insane.
It was
Yeah.
both ways too. There was a few moments when Gresham had some crazy body locks on Zack Sabre, and Zack Sabre was still able to manage to get some suplexes. That's why that match was so intense, because each of those men was willing to take some sacrifices and absorb some pain in order to get the win.
I agree. And my match, speaking of taking pain, absorbing pain to win the match, there was that Brian Fury and Sugar Dunkerton match. That match had to be my favorite of the night. It was back and forth throughout the whole match. A lot of kickouts. Both men wanted the win. Both men needed the win. After Brian Fury lost at the last event, you know, and then Sugar D's been on I think 5 losing streak, which is very disappointing, but he almost picked up the win. And it seemed like a fight. It seemed like both men wanted it. And I think when both competitors are hungry, they really bring out their best.
Yeah, that was definitely an awesome match. They put on a great show. Shug D definitely had some moments where he could have came in and got the win. It was a lot of heavy strikes, a lot of chain wrestling. It was a really technical battle.
I've seen Sugar Dunkerton use his knees a few times.
Oh yeah, no, he was punishing the body of Brian Fury. I imagine Brian Fury will be feeling some pain tomorrow morning, but it's all worth it because he's back on the winning track. Yeah, he really deserved that.
And then following that, they had the Crusade for Change, taking on
It was Team Hog, Team House of Glory. So I can tell you the competitors that represent the House of
it
Glory
was
today.
Sonya Strong,
So it was Sonya
Smiley.
Strong, Smiley, Ken Broadway, and the team of Private Party.
Markel, I think.
I can look it up really quick.
Yeah. They're very good wrestlers. Put on a hell of a show. Incredible show. One of my favorite shows I've seen in a while. I mean, the place was just electric tonight, you know? And that match was very, very special in particular because I think the Crusade for Change is sending a message. And they keep sending this message. And I don't know if it's ever going to get across. Wow. Okay, so there goes the ring.
Christmas came early.
Yeah. The Crusade for Change has been undefeated in Beyond Wrestling for the past, since this year. They have not been defeated in Beyond Wrestling this year. And they just keep proving and proving time and time again. So, yeah, that match. And then just to end the night, I'm a little mindless right now. My mind is just completely blown. We've seen an insane main event. We've seen Chris Dickinson teaming up with Donovan Dijak to take on JT Dunn and Chris Hero.
Yeah. Oh, it was such a showdown. One of my favorite moments of the night And honestly, this was a really enjoyable event because I found it quite hilarious multiple times. The likes of especially Rich Palladino, who had some classic moments on the microphone. But
Shout out to Rich, too.
he did a solid job tonight.
His son had a baseball game, and they were playing for the championship, basically, and took his time out to come here and to be with all of us on Sunday. So.
Rich's son's team won, I think, right?
They did.
They did get the championship.
They did. In case any of you were wondering, yeah.
But
So it's really cool.
But yeah, so it was really funny because Rich did his introduction for Death by Elbow. He introduced them, said the nicknames for JT Dunn and Chris Hero. The other great moment was, and here's our expert analyst, Ben.
I guess he's a special guest.
Yeah,
And when-
for now.
And when Rich introduced, Dijak and Dickinson, he introduced them individually. But it was funny because I think it was JT Dunn who came over and whispered something in Rich's ear.
Yeah.
And Rich was just like, oh, by the way, JT wants me to say that this team of Dijak and Dickinson does not have a tag team name. So, poking some early fun right at the beginning. But that was a crazy match, a lot of back and forth, a lot of drama. There's Sonya Strong, and there was a lot of drama going back and forth between Dijak and Dickinson,
Yeah.
which really made it fascinating from a psychological perspective.
I won. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's our good friend TJ Marconi from the Crusade for Change.
And he ended up winning that match for his team.
He
with
did.
A couple of huge power bombs.
Very impressed with Marconi being able to step up for the team as well.
Basically power bombing the whole house.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
It was we know TJ likes to have block parties. This was a power bomb party.
It's a boot party.
Yeah. I'm sure he likes having block parties too.
I'm sure he's from New York. I mean, they like block parties in New York, I'm sure. So yeah, they're taking down the ring in back of us, and you never know who's gonna stop by here at the stack card. I think it was a man carrying out his wood.
Yeah, they do an
That
amazing
sounded
job
a little wrong.
taking apart the ring here. They're the reason why Kevin Steen is no longer in Beyond.
Yes. Yeah, Ben, would you like to tell us about the video you caught?
There's kind of a funny anecdote here. A couple years ago, Kevin Owens obviously wrestled at Beyond a couple times. He was given a post-match interview as they're taking apart the ring. They're as loud as they're being. He got really pissed off. He left.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Says it all right there. Yeah, wow.
So, yeah, I think another match, in my opinion, my favorite whole match of the night that I think took place had to be that match with Keith Lee. Once again, Keith Lee and John Silver delivered a masterpiece tonight.
yes.
That was just that's how you control the emotion of the audience. That's how you put on a show. Like there was a few This Is Awesome chants.
Yeah.
And at the end,
Yeah, the whole event was really good. I'm not going to say specific matches, but there was a couple matches. While all the matches were good, there was a couple awkward moments. There was a couple, awkward spots. At the same time, I'll say it again, that the whole event was still good. It was great. But yeah, that Keith Lee, John Silver match, I saw any kind of hit, it was, a perfect match.
yeah, that was absolutely nuts. And I think at the end of the match, John Silver did get the win, and it was in really crazy fashion because it looked like Keith Lee was getting ready to do this crazy powerbomb, almost like a last ride.
Yeah.
But Silver was able to turn it into a sunset flip, and somehow he miraculously got that pin. That was
And you
incredible.
never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Yes, shorter guy like Jonathan Gresham, but we're talking about John Silver, so let me talk about John Silver. John Silver got a small guy of his stature, but he's very powerful. And we spoke of this when it came to, we were talking about this past week on Raw, we were talking about how,
we're talking about TJ.
that's what we were talking about.
What I missed?
I don't know, we were wondering if you like throwing block parties.
Yeah.
Block parties?
Yeah, because
Block parties,
yeah,
boot parties.
accidentally said block party
Well,
instead of
a
boot
block
party.
party consists of like slip and slides and pin the tail on the donkey, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
boot party is kind of like that, just like pin the boot on the man's face. Yeah, I kind of
There
did
you
boot
go.
block party.
Okay, so that works.
Let's get the show. You enjoyed it?
I loved it.
Oh, it was great.
That was incredible. We were just talking about the Crusade for match, Crusade for Change match. Yeah, very good.
I debuted Skynet tonight.
Yeah,
Skynet was when I take a man and then I kill him on top of another man, and then powerbomb that man on top of the man I just killed.
Wow.
Kind of like Terminator, but for copyright reasons, I can't say that. I have to edit that out.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I mean, I'm sure we should have gotten off the copyright many times by now. I mean, the songs we use on here, I don't know, man. Anything goes here on the stack card, so
Yeah.
it's all good. I mean, I think, Sugar Dunkerton and Darius Carter always go back and forth on the show.
They're not here now, right?
I,
two of them together are just trouble in paradise.
I think I see Darius with a crowd around him back there.
Let me grab him. He's always colorful on his things, right?
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go grab him.
Yeah,
Well,
that, to say the least.
Oh, I should
we
leave.
might,
I don't want him to kick me out.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna. Good night, guys.
Have a good night, Rich. So, just everybody's so lovable and great here. And
There we go. There's Jaka.
Jaka, oh my God.
Wow. Now, that's how you make an
Jaka
impression.
making an impact.
Wait, where's the camera? I can't even.
Right over
Oh,
there.
right
Steal my moment. Don't steal
sorry,
my
John.
moment. I was gonna let sit. I was gonna let him sit. No, listen up. No.
Wow. We got
I love
Hot Wheels going on.
it. And there we go. Nah, not so much on that.
Well, A for effort. We got an A for effort. We're live. So.
Shout out has to go to EYFBO for having an incredible match. We saw a few members over here.
Of course. Hey,
There's
this
Anthony
is a
Gangone.
Crusade for Change brother, Anthony Gangone, stopping by.
Yep.
So, tonight's action was just great. And all these guys are always great. Just outside the ring, inside the ring. Let's make sure we have a chair here.
Yeah.
In case anybody wants to go through it, or,
Oh, sure.
Um,
I was going to mention another really funny moment, in my opinion, which was once again Rich Palladino, and it was for that match between David Starr and Tommaso Ciampa, which was quite a hilarious match. Definitely recommend the folks go back and check it on
It
Beyond
was.
Demand.
It took a little while for it to get going, and I was trying to figure out when it was gonna, just explode, because with those two in the ring, something is gonna happen. You just don't know when. So I think it was a little bit of psychological games with the fans,
It was very psychological just from the beginning, just from the introductions, because Rich was going back and forth listing every single one of the nicknames. And I think Tommaso was making some of those nicknames. So it was just a I think Starr was trying to do that movie. What is it? Look at it.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if we'd be able to describe that one on air, but maybe if he comes by, he can let us
Yeah, he could tell us if he comes by. But
give us the psychology behind that maneuver. But it was a really fun match, I think, between those two absolutely athletic competitors. And it really went down to the wire.
And I'm hoping that we do see Keith Lee back here in Beyond Wrestling. I know we were speaking of him, and he wants to wrestle Sabre Jr.
There is Darius Carter.
Well, there is
Of
the
Crusade
man
for Change.
Yeah, the man of the hour. Our president, the greatest leader in faction history, the greatest leader in wrestling history, Darius Carter.
You know that, I mean, a lot of people can just say that. You can say it about anybody. It could be true, it could be false, but we know that it's true of the Crusade because continually they're getting wins. And he's the leader of that group. He handpicks his members,
Yeah.
It's an exclusive, powerful
Well, see,
group.
and the thing is, if you don't believe us, go to Beyond Demand. You can go on Beyond Demand. It's 14 days free. It's $10 a month after that. You could go on Beyond Demand and you can watch the Crusade for Change dominate. You can see how good these guys really are. And they get that finishing move where they all work together.
And what was that?
Kill
What was the one
opponent.
today? TJ said it was Skynet, right?
Yeah.
I like that move. That is, like we were describing earlier, it's just a power bomb, a succession of power bombs onto each of the opponents.
Yeah.
And I mean, TJ is just a one-man wrecking ball. I mean, each of those members on that team really contribute something, especially, the Minutemen.
Yeah.
Those two guys, I know they're tearing it up on the tag team scene, so
They're incredible. Yeah. Crusade for Change. I can't say enough about them. And just the best faction in history. The match was very good. Everything was good. I would say one match that was very, very surprising. Had to be a first match, too.
Okay.
This is very
Cage
different.
match?
Yes, because we saw two former MMA competitors face in a cage.
Yeah.
So it's like basically an MMA fight.
Oh, between Chuck O'Neal and Matthew Riddle. Oh, that was a legit MMA battle. Those two guys. And it looks like they did alternate on the first 2 rounds, so it really had to come down to the third. Came down
That's
to
our good friend, Stephen Denmig. He's a great referee from New York. If you're watching, you're a promoter, book that man, because he is.
there's
The
one of my
ring,
friends
the ring,
trying to reconstruct the ring.
the ring just went down.
That wasn't good. That seems like that happened a few times.
And
Hopefully all
looks
is
like
well.
we're gonna try to repair it. So yeah, that match was incredible. An MMA match to start the night off, knockout or tap out. And I noticed a few of the matches to roll-ups,
Yeah.
which I think the card was perfect. But if I could find one little blemish, I would try to change that. Because some of the greater matches even ended in roll-up pinfalls or submissions, I mean, submissions aren't so bad. Like we should be crab or the first match.
Oh yeah,
ended
the
in
opening match. It
tap
looks like
out.
there was a leg triangle choke
Yeah.
by Chuck O'Neal for the win against Matthew Riddle. So yeah, there were definitely a lot of, and I think maybe arguably the most dramatic of all these finishes was that main event that we were talking about earlier, where it was actually Chris Dickinson who took out Donovan Dijak, and that had been brewing throughout the whole match. The drama that I was talking about earlier involved those two because we know in the past they've had many different feuds. There's a lot of bad blood and hatred between them. Today they had to put that all behind them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kind of viewed it as like a superhero movie because you always have, sometimes you have these heroes like the Avengers. They may not all be on the same team, but sometimes they have to unite against a common enemy, which is what happened today against Death by Elbow. But Death by Elbow, I think the reason why they picked up the win today is because they are a team that has worked together on numerous occasions. They know how to work with each other to get wins.
Yeah.
So, strategically, they were able to get out of the way at the right times, causing Dickinson and Dijak to hit each other. And finally, by the end of the match, I think it was Dickinson that did his finisher onto Dijak because Dijak accidentally didn't feast her eyes to him earlier, and of course, Death by Elbow capitalized.
Yeah. That match was insane, to say the least. We've seen Dijak take out Dickinson take out Dijak, and everything was just, you didn't know what was going to happen next, really. And that just explains the whole night. You didn't know what was going to happen. That match, insane, And unfortunately, Death by Elbow picked up a win.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next month. It's going to be interesting to see what the rest of this card ends up looking like. I wonder if we're going to see Dickinson against Dijak again. I mean, it would be something else if they're leading to a big matchup at Slam or what's it called Slammiversary, American Rana. It could happen. I mean, the way things are going right now, it seems like the bad blood is reigniting. There would be no better time for those two guys to just set everything aside and finish their clash. I mean, what could be next for Death by Elbow?
I don't know.
This is a team that clearly wants dominance of Beyond Wrestling. It seems like it's going to be between either them and the Crusade for Change. I mean, I know we've talked about it before.
And when it comes down to it, though, Crusade for Change are going to be the ones who take that, They're just so good.
It would be interesting to see at some point because time after time, it seems like those are the two teams that are always coming out on top. They're the ones that, they back up their words. It doesn't matter how they win, they win.
Yeah. No, I agree. And also, backing up words, in a hot rivalry here in Beyond Wrestling, David Starr versus Joey Janela. Yeah. So if you don't know, Joey Janela did end up tearing a part of his thumb. You could see it on his Twitter. Watch with caution. He was unable to wrestle, and we're not sure when he's going to be back. That rivalry was so insane last month. David Starr almost got ran over by Joey Janela. So this month, David Starr was about to face Joey Janela. Instead, he faced Tommaso Ciampa. That turned out to be one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you alluded to earlier, I mean, it was sort of a slow burner. There was a lot of, they were almost joking at first. It seemed like they kind of didn't even want to hit each other for various reasons. But it was kind of like about a rivalry, and it was about them kind of trying to top each other. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Follow them on Twitter and buy their T-shirts. They've got some great stuff. Our buddy Nick purchased a hat from them, maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. He rocks it all the time. So
They have a ton of T-shirts. Just go on there and check it out for sure.
that was a sick T-shirt too that he had. The
Yeah.
Vince McMahon one in
Yeah.
jail. Looking back, that was actually kind of a cool angle. I wish they stuck with that.
I don't know about that.
Why did he get arrested in the first place? Do you remember? It
No
was
idea.
probably one of those things where somebody got control of Raw and they kicked him out with security.
That was probably it. You never know what's going to happen on Raw. Just you never know. I mean, this is professional wrestling, you know.
But you can't wait for tomorrow night.
I can't wait to sleep.
Oh, come on.
It's been a long day, and
You got to get on my level. I've had way too much coffee today. I've had
I don't want to
inhumane
be
amount.
anywhere close to your level. So yeah, wow. It's just like balancing it on his shoulder. So we had a few guests here tonight stop by randomly. You never know who's going to pop by on Stackyard after show.
Yeah.
Anything happens. I like the Taylor Hendricks and Jordan Grace match.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very good match. Our good friend Stephen Dummeg ref the match, so
He did. No, that was.
and he didn't take his eyes off the action.
He did not. He's a very good referee. He was doing great all night. I know that, especially in some of the tag team matches, he was making sure the legal people were in the ring, making sure there was no shenanigans. Yeah, no, he's always good when you get, as a referee, he always calls a fair match.
Yeah.
That match between Hendricks and Grace was really crazy. I know at one point they were alternating on these huge chops.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about this place, Arts at the Armory. Chops and like crazy moves off the top rope, they just echo, and when the crowd's screaming,
Punches, kicks,
yeah.
sounds like a explosive going off, pretty much.
Oh, I know. Especially when you have the likes of Death by Elbow teaming up on those elbows, like
Using those elbows. And Stackcard Twitter account has just been going nuts all day.
yeah, it is. Yeah, we had some fun live tweeting.
We did, and I did talk to Brian Fury. He's going to be wrestling Cody Rhodes in September,
Nice.
so we'll definitely have to go check that out. American Rana, Flash, all these shows for Beyond Wrestling keep coming up, and did a show in Jamaica, New York recently.
Yeah, last Friday I think. So that seems like that went off pretty spectacularly. It's great. I know. I think Beyond's going to be doing a show with Evolve coming up.
Yeah,
So that's great. They're doing a lot of collaborations. I'm sure bringing some more people on board. It's always great with, like, especially tonight, we got to see some superstars from HOG, House of Glory. We saw Keith Lee primarily wrestles over in Texas, so it's always awesome. And there we go. There is Shug D.
there's a party.
Hey,
And
this
it's
woman
Tanya.
right here, most hardcore person on the roster. Okay,
Yeah.
all that stuff, the Beyond the Man, all that, bam. Okay.
And the real ace. I know they're having a contest in the ring for the ace.
Ace Beyond.
And she talks shit. You see that?
Whoa!
Oh!
Wow.
What's he now?
Wow, some true love here on the stack.
That was coming.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
not my chances.
Yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Like, give me some
Great job videotaping. We have the whole Beyond family hugging it out behind us.
It
And,
is a family. Shug D,
What's
welcome.
up? Wouldn't be an after show without Shug D. The last one we didn't have you on, and it was different.
It was yes, please. Make me look good for my public. Thank you.
We did have a interesting person on the last show, Johnny Cox.
Oh God.
He did join us.
As you could tell, just anybody stops by.
You put the kids to bed, right? Like before he came on, right?
I hope so. I hope so. He actually was very, very good with the interview.
Okay. Oh, I don't doubt that. It's
No,
just
not to.
He was very clean with his persona.
Johnny.
He was.
I was.
He kept it
that's
PG.
why I was very surprised too. I figured-
Johnny, I am shocked and appalled at you. Okay, for what you do is not meant to be PG. Okay, don't go letting people change you. All right, you be true to yourself.
We want
We
the
ain't
R-rated
seen-
version of Johnny.
Yeah, we didn't get to see him tonight.
No.
So, what did y'all think of the show tonight?
Awesome. Very awesome. Very awesome. I know we were talking about your match earlier. Matt and I really enjoyed it. We were really torn with the outcome because I like you a lot. We like Brian a lot. And here's Mr. Daniel.
Speaking of people I like a lot, I don't.
Wait. Oh, you can hold rhythm. Yes, that's so good.
You hold a better rhythm than me, apparently. You guys got to take me seriously.
Okay, we get it. You can beat
you
it on the
were
table.
tapping. I'm still not tapping as long as you were. Can we do Beethoven? Sugar's tapping.
Hey, keep that beat going.
I just wanted to.
He could have kept that beat going.
Okay, we're done.
Okay.
I'm being dismissed. All right.
Stock card, I love you. Okay.
I see you.
Sugar,
I already kissed you.
Yes.
It's good to see you.
Nice seeing
I didn't
you.
mean to impede.
Oh, yes, and please take care of yourself.
All right. Crusade for Change, #1 faction of Beyond Wrestling.
Follow Stack Card.
Number one faction.
We're talking about us here.
Number one faction.
Also, this lovely women's shirt actually came from Macy's clearance rack. Darius Cartier, never afraid to go ahead and break gender barriers, ladies and gentlemen. We just want you to know that.
Yeah, I got that submission discount.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right, you have a good night.
You probably got the money from submissions or customs, as you say.
Language.
Yes. Like, get this cup off my head. I just realized. Cup off my head. Okay. I mean, as much as it does kind of hurt. I mean, like, I'll be real about it. I mean, I walked in with a lot of confidence. I was really feeling myself and everything like that. I just wanted to change my luck. And as mad, as upset as I want to be about everything that went down, I mean, it's Brian Fury. Yeah, Brian Fury's a good guy. He's done a lot for the scene around here and everything like that. How do you get mad at a guy like that? He beat me fair and square. He didn't disrespect me in the process of doing anything like that. I just really wish I could have made it happen. It just really makes me think about what's next, especially going into American Rana. It's been what's next? No, I'm not gonna stop, and I don't care. It's just one of those situations where, like, I think we had that conversation earlier today. You really just have to keep in mind, like, I care what people say, but then sometimes you just can't care what people say. Yeah. And, like, there's just some people that are never going to get what I'm about. And I've known that since a very, 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 very young age. But I just got to know what I'm about when it's all said and done. And I liked it. I really felt the people. It felt good. Yeah. Even in loss, like, it really felt good to get that kind of reaction. And
yeah, they were definitely very appreciative this time around, and it was nice to see, you know.
And it definitely
standing ovation.
It can't be rain every day, you know. Mm-hmm. So it'll come, and maybe hopefully someday Darius Carter will be one of the guys that I pick up one of those wins over.
I want to see it. I want to see you two face each other, right?
Preferably in a shirts versus blouses match. You know, like, he could probably pick up a very nice blouse. Have that on display for the match, and then, you know, we can go ahead and we can do some business. You know what I'm saying? Like, but otherwise, I mean, the card as a whole, especially from the stuff I got to commentate today, just amazing stuff. And I'm just very happy that sold out crowd. It looked like they had a great time. They were vibing. They were feeling the love. Geez, man, it's just good to have y'all on the scene, like, making it do what it do and letting people know and sharing this with people, man. Yeah, like, this is the place to be.
We were tweeting earlier too. I'm just trying to bring more awareness to this brand.
Absolutely.
You know, because this brand is special, and a lot of people don't know this brand.
It trips me out because we were just talking about it during the main event, Young Bucks versus Death by Elbow. Who ran that first? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now people are getting it over there in PWG. And again, this is not to Reseda whatsoever. Okay, he knows why he's doing that. He knows why I'm going to kill him later. He knows why I'm going to kill him later. No, but regardless, it's like, you know, like, Beyond did that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's it's a first for Rashida. It's not a first for professional wrestling as a whole, you know. Oh, this guy, book him everywhere. And just take his terms the first time he comes up to him. So if he says he needs $1,000, a pack of menthols, a plane ticket, and 2 pairs of Hanes socks, then just give him what he wants.
Hey, yeah, I need socks real bad.
Okay, because this guy will light up your card. Yes.
I'm subpar at best. I'm just kidding. I'm really good, but I'm humble.
True. As
And
far
I
as
also lick feet.
and he's from Ohio, champions. Oh, this guy right here, please book him. Aaron Williams, he's the man. Like, he's the man, and he throws kicks. He's like a living kung fu film brought to life. He worked the dark match, which was the match on the pre-show Saturday night that y'all weren't here to see. It was in front of, like, you know, standing room only, just nobody around, but it was great. It was great.
Curtain sellout. Take care of yourself, man.
Was there a pre-show last night?
Oh, absolutely. You weren't there?
No.
Okay.
I don't think there was.
It was a private pre-show. It just so happened nobody was there, but Aaron Williams was in there. He was doing his thing. It was the greatest match that nobody ever saw.
So if there was a match, you mean Drew didn't promote it? He didn't put.
That's like the new neo hipster kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You don't promote things; they just promote themselves.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
like somebody's just going around the neighborhood. Oh, the door is locked, but I hear bumping inside. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah,
And through the trouble of breaking into the armory, the treat, you got yourself a match.
Yeah.
And it's the matches that you earn watching that really, really, really touch your soul right in here. Okay. And when I'm saying right in here, I'm talking about like this part of the chest. I was going for the middle, but like that part of the chest specifically. That's where the feeling is at, guys. Yes.
Sounds like that was a blast.
Okay, I'm getting hands ran on me. Okay, the Funky Monkey, bam, tore it up in the 6-man tonight.
What's up,
Look
guys?
at him
It was Angel Ortiz.
doing his thing.
I'll make my cameo.
So what's next for EYFBO? What's going on?
Well, after we deal with the president, Carlos Pinky Sanchez, take over the world like Pinky and the Brain.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the idea.
absolutely.
Yeah. What's next for Shook D? Dark chocolate.
Trying to get a win.
Yeah.
Trying to get a win, bro. This is Angela. She wears a lot of black, as you can tell, but it looks good on her. Okay, she rocks the black. Nobody has to look at the flower
Look
in the
like you're
hair.
about to get beat up, so that's when I make my exits.
No, I'm not about to get beat. Okay.
I'm just trying to go home.
Okay, that's cool. I don't even know what I'm saying. Hey, boy, what's going on? Hey, but yeah, like, all jokes aside and whatnot, like, it's something special out here, like, and beyond. And it's like, I just really, really, really hope people are realizing what's happening. Like, because something very, very, very special is happening. So much that people are starting to emulate it. That's when you know you're doing something right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think the next event coming up in July is going to be huge because I think it was Rich that said it earlier. There's 600 seats. in Melrose.
700. Yeah, 700.
Doubleheader would evolve. It's definitely going to be some serious business. And then, of course, the big one, American Rana, back at home, Fat Music.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be some good stuff as far as it goes. So, and as you can tell, it's a part of the crazy little series of shows that we got going on for the summer. But at the end of the day, this is the good stuff, and you need to be there for it. And I'm just glad you guys are here for it too. So, I'm gonna try and find this thing called the pay window. And
Okay.
even though my pay will be significantly less than and we got the Ace of Beyond Wrestling right here,
Donovan
Mr.
Dijak.
Donovan Dijak.
Show.
Hello.
Yeah.
Features himself.
He was a past guest on our show back in December. Yeah, I remember that. It was a great show.
Enzo Amore likes to bill himself as the coolest guy in the room, but that's usually because he's never shared one with Dijak.
Oh, okay.
And that's not a knock to him, but when Dijak show up, you know, like he kind of got that swag. It's like, what is it? You remember the Fonz off of Happy Days? Dijak just come through the door. It's like, hey, Dijak, you gotta love that.
Yeah.
But yeah. But most definitely, guys, I appreciate y'all having me on, like, off the cuff and whatnot. I know y'all still gonna get your talk on and whatnot. Pro Wrest Love, man.
Yeah.
Support the indies.
Yeah, you're always welcome on the show. We love
Yes,
this.
it's our pleasure.
Thank you very much.
All right, gentlemen. Y'all do
All right,
Y'all
We'll
get a
see.
good bam, ladies. All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Shug D. Follow him on social media. He's the man.
Sugar Dunkerton.
Sugar Dunkerton.
Shug D, Sugar Dunkerton, man of many names.
Oh, yeah. We hope to see him next month, and hopefully he can get that big win. I think it's coming for him. And it's going to feel so good.
Honestly, I might come out from under the table and if anybody gets involved. Now tonight it was a fair match, but if anybody gets involved in him losing and
there's gonna be some consequences from you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna say something. Hello, Keith Lee. How you doing?
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee was a guest on our show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I look massive in this camera right now.
Isn't it great? Yeah, there you go. You got one of the strongest men and fastest men.
And biggest. You see how they had to move over for this? Forgive me for basking in my own glory for a moment there.
Man, your arms are like the size of me and Kevin put together.
I'm trying to keep them in right now.
That's great.
Keith, you had a fantastic match tonight against John Silver that really tore the roof off of this place.
I appreciate it, man.
Great to watch.
That little dude is he's something else, man.
Yeah.
I may have underestimated him, but all in all, I had a great time. It's fun. As usual, the Beyond crowd doesn't disappoint. They're nuts, they're crazy, and I love that. So
he has power too. That's the thing. He might be smaller, but that power.
Yeah, he's pretty strong, man. I mean, I give credit where it's due.
Yeah, it's insane, and that's why I was looking forward to seeing you two. And throwing you off that. What was it? The top rope, I believe, right? You guys went all the way to the top.
It was a superplex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Insane.
Yeah. Imagine being the one that's 330 pounds getting that to happen to them. Imagine how I was feeling.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was great fun. I enjoyed it. I think that the crowd really, really liked it, which in the end, that's what matters to me.
Honestly, so you did show up at the Providence show. That was your debut match for Beyond Wrestling.
Correct.
Now, now that it's a different environment, because Providence in here usually generate a different crowd, were you expecting to get that kind of reaction? Like after the last show, were you expecting people to stand up and chant Keith Lee, as if you've been in this company since the beginning?
I never expect one thing or another.
Mm-hmm.
It's always my goal to create that atmosphere, because that's what I do. Like, that's part of who I am. And if it doesn't happen, then I'm disappointed. But it's you also have to respect the amount of talent that's in this place to begin with.
Yeah.
So the fact that is a thing for me means a lot, since I'm definitely an outsider coming in here and trying to give them something that's obviously different, because there's not a lot of creatures out there like me.
Yeah. I would say, just those flips, tricks. Is there anybody in Beyond Wrestling that you've seen that you would like to face up against?
Realistically, there's a lot of people that.
Because I saw you write about Zack Sabre Jr. on Twitter.
Yeah, we just had a chat. I didn't even realize he watched my match, but he thought it was excellent and thought I was great. And he's one person that I've definitely said openly that I would like to have a match with. So if that is something that comes to pass, I think it'll be an amazing spectacle to see.
That would be a really interesting match. It'd be a long night in his match against John Gresham. He was really twisting up his limbs really good. So
there's the difference. Twisting up limbs is, I think Silver tried to wrestle with me. I don't really have to wrestle. There are times where I do, but it's usually somebody puts me in that position.
Yeah.
I don't really foresee that game completely working on me, but I think that it's something that would raise his level of competition just as it would raise mine, because I have to protect myself from potentially getting something dislocated.
It was like it would be like two different styles coming together.
100%, way different styles. Because I'm a mixture. I mean, I have a technical side, but I don't usually have to use it.
Yeah,
I'm completely a powerhouse. Everybody knows that. I've thrown many men larger than me, but I can also fly. I can also throw martial arts. And there's a lot of people saw tonight. And there's not a lot of limits with me, which is why I gave the moniker Limitless. With him, I know I saw something in that match where he rolled through and then soccer kicked Gresham in the chest, and I was like, that wouldn't be fun to But, you know, even still, I'd be more than willing to wrestle him, definitely. Without question, no hesitation.
He tries to soccer kick you in the chest. It might not have that much of an effect.
Yeah.
Probably not, but if he
Might
managed to
break his
catch
ankle.
me in the face,
Ooh,
Yeah.
could be a different story.
yeah, I think he's a bit smarter than to go for a chest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to prepare for the opponent.
Yeah, he's an intelligent wrestler, so I wouldn't put it past him to aim those kicks in different locations.
Because we did see John Silva try to go for, I believe it was a armbar tonight. He tried to like.
Oh,
wrench
yeah,
around,
yeah.
And it just didn't work. You just picked him up with that one arm that he tried to go after.
Yeah.
Slam him straight down.
Yeah, it's that's not very effective against me. It's like Pokemon. Okay, bear with me, people. Okay, I'm a nerd here. So in terms of Pokemon, in this scenario, I would be a fire type. John Silver would be a grass type. If he hits me with a grass type move, it's not very effective. If I hit anybody with a power bomb, it's super effective. Take notes.
All right, so it's like a water Pokemon versus a rock Pokemon. You're the water, he's the rock. Well,
I think.
well, you would be the rock, but no, usually the water kills rock in Pokemon. He knows what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
sure.
Electric kills water, fire kills grass, and water kills fire, obviously, yeah. So
Yep.
it's a cycle, you know. What would rock do good against? Mostly like the
Ice.
Jigglypuff types, right?
No.
Rock wouldn't hurt them?
Rock is powerful against flying types, bugs, ice,
I never used rock.
and fire.
Like Onyx
Oh, yeah,
and
that's true.
Geodude. I never use them too much.
I'm not fond of Geodude very much, but
He's kind of like that rock with the arms,
Yeah,
right?
he just kept showing up in that freaking cave. Him and Zubat. Every time I tried to make it through the cave.
those
Zubat
guys are
up there.
torture. Okay, you go through caves, you get annoyed because
Yeah.
Geodude and Zubat, they have no chill.
Yeah. And then you got construction worker Bill run up to you. Bill wants
With
to
his
battle.
with his Geodude and his Machop. Yeah, yeah. That's the way it
Over
goes.
and over and over. Yeah, and then the whole Team Rocket too. That building.
See what I started, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So, Keith, I think we're just about set to wrap up. We have to get out of here, but where can we see you next?
We got word from the boss.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, man, honestly, I'm really not. A lot of things are up in the air right now because of things with Ring of Honor, and I don't even know if or when I'm booked here next. But hopefully it'll be soon. And if nothing else, keep a look at my Facebook or Twitter, Instagram at Real Keith Lee. You guys know, and I'll be posting up stuff as it comes.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the great
Always
match
a
earlier. It was
pleasure,
fantastic
yes.
to watch.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Hope to see you soon.
Thanks for the time. Sorry for turning it into a Pokemon time. Lit. Book him. Peace.
All right.
See you later.
All right.
So yeah,
Thanks,
there you have
everybody.
it. That was ripped off in the prime of life.
You got it right.
I
You got
did.
it right. That
I
was too
did
much for
because
me.
I've said it so many times. I've abbreviated ROI ripped off in the.
Night, Jack.
Have a good night, Dijak. So yeah, ripped off in the prime of life. That was our after show, and we're gonna wrap it up because we gotta get on out.
All right.
Get
So you guys have a good night. Bye.
Have a good night. Really? You
Have a
say
great
have
day.
a good night. Usually say, okay, we love you. Bye. Peace out. Okay. Bye bye.